同学们好.
老师好。
Welcome everybody. It is Monday the 28th of March. We're in the last third of the first section of the Young Family Tai Chi Chuan traditional form. We are learning a big and juicy movement today called Parry, Block and Punch. Let us begin our standing practice. Feet shoulder width apart or a bit further, both feet pointing to the front. Sink your weight. Weight over the bubbling well. So evenly between the front and the back of the feet. A little bit more towards the front, crotch rounded, which means a nice arch from your feet up to your crotch, knees in line with the toes. What we practice in this part of our daily practice is three things. It helps us with our posture, and we'll go through the checks in a moment. That helps us with our breathing, so that we breathe naturally. And over time, little by little, hopefully, it'll help us to calm our mind. Today, what I want to focus on is how the breath and the posture interact. So let us first check our posture. So head up. Feel your head is light, empty, pushing up. At the same time, feel the rest of your body sinking from the dividing line at your neck. That's 1 minute. Feel your shoulders sinking down and your elbows dropping. Now feel your chest absorbed and your back slightly rounded by pulling out at the elbows like you're making a bow horizontally across your back. And then relax the waist. The waist is the lower back, and relax means to open and extend, and do that by feeling your hips dropping down. Tilt forward at the hip crease if you need to, and make sure your weight is over the bubbling well. Now attend to your breath. Breathe smoothly and evenly through the nose, and just see what your breath is like. We want to make it as natural as possible, so we're going to try a few variations here. So lift up your shoulders a bit and see how your breath changes. You might find your breath is a little tighter, so sink your shoulders down a bit. See if your breath improves. That's 2 minutes. Now try and sink them even further and see if your breath becomes even smoother. And go backwards and forwards until you find the sweet spot. We can do that with all 4 of our body parts. So let's do it with the head. So check your breathing. What is it right now? Now lift your chin up so that your head isn't probably lifting straight up from the crown anymore. What happens to your breathing? If your breathing is tightened, go back a bit, drop your chin. If your breath is easier, that's 3 minutes, drop your chin a little bit more until you feel your breath tightening, and then go back the other direction. And so go forwards and backwards until you find the sweet spot. The same with relaxing your waist. So tilt your torso forward, bend your tailbone in a bit, and see if your breath tightens. If it doesn't, if it's even more free, that's good. Do a little bit more until it starts tightening, and then relax back. And so your breath becomes your teacher. Your breath is how you figure out what your posture should be over time. Because when you practice, you don't have somebody there with you usually. You just have your breath to guide you. And that's 4 minutes, and relax. Out of the form. And that's our standing practice. So before we continue and start practicing together, are there any questions? Okay, we're going to do the form together. I will add the second camera and hopefully you now have two views. I'm going to start, I'm going to be going in the same direction as you. So I am imagining the camera is in front of me, so I'm facing clock direction, 12 o'clock. And prepare, so feet shoulder width apart. And the same checks we did when we do our still practice in prepare. Opening, rotate and lift. The arms to the horizontal, breathe in, breathe out, and press down. I want now today to attend to opening and closing. So shift the weight slightly to the left. As you open the right toe, the arms open. As you sink down and step out into a bow stance with the left, the arms close. As you move forward, the left arm goes up and the right arm goes down. Ward off right, shift weight back slightly. With the waist turn, bring the left toe in. Now open the left arm, grabbing to the left. The arms close as the right foot steps in and out. Shift forward the weight, arms open, right arm up, left arm down. Roll back, we're going to go to the right. Both arms rotate and swing to the right. Sink your weight, come to the left, and this is a close. Press, the arms close as the chest closes to the arms, and then push forward the arms, open the space between your chest and the arms open. Push, flatten the palms, straighten the chest, bring back the arms. This is closing, pushing forward, everything opens. Single whip, sit back the weight, flatten the palms. Now shifting your weight all the way to the left, pivot on the right heel, pull across to the left, right to 135 degrees, closing as your hands come by your chest, open as you strike out with the hook, step open to the left, and now open the left rotating arm and push out. Raise hands, step forward. Shift weight slightly to the left, bring the left toe in. Now open the arms in the horizontal, root with the right heel and close the arms as you make raise hands. White crane spreads its wings. Rotate the palms to face each other, pull down the arms. Now the arms are opening, big circle with the left arm. Arms close as you step with the right heel. Now the arms open again as you ball touch with the left foot and white crane. Left brush knee, rotate the palms. Big swing, the arms open. As they get to the corner, they close, step out, heel touch with the left. The left arm brushes to the front and then the right arm brushes to the front. Handstrom lute, shift forward weight, bring the back foot in. Pull the right arm back, big opening of the arms, heel touch with the left, and then the arms close. Left brush knee, rotate the right palm up, big circle open, and then close as heel touches, arms to the side. Brush one arm to the shoulder, and then the other arm back to the knee. Left brush knee, shift weight back slightly. Open the left toe, left arm, nice round ward-off shape. One arm down, one arm up. They open. Heel touch, they close to the back corner. Brush with the right arm. Push with the left. Right brush knee, shift weight back slightly. Now, nice ward-off shape with the right arm. One arm down circle, one arm up circle, open. Touch with the heel, arms close, arms to the corner. Brush and push. Handstrom lute, shift the weight forward, yield forward, back foot in, center line two sides. Pull back, circle with the arms, heel touch, arms close vertically. And release. So the reason I wanted to share that with you is that last week we were talking about empty and full when we were uh, doing the first practice through together. Empty and full, meaning which leg has the weight and shifting the weight from one to the other. And so which leg is weighted and which leg is not is yin yang. In the same way, when we do open and close, that's yin yang too. When one arm is back, one arm is forward, one is yang, one is yin, and then they change. And so throughout the form, we have this interchange of yin and yang, whether it's weight or whether it's open and close, whether it's absorb and release. Let's just talk about a few things in those two movements. I'll talk about the hand movements and then we'll talk about the footwork. The thing I think that I want to underline is the count with the arm movements. It's a 4 count, and there are 3 movements that we're doing here that are all 3 very similar. They're not identical, but I want to show you the similarities so that we can practice them and make them all this, and sort of see the similarities. So let us begin in white crane. So we're in white crane spreads its wings. So we've gone from handstrom loop. So we're in white crane. So the first step 1 is rotate both arms so that the right palm is up. 2, the arms swing down and out and you step. That's 2. 3, the left arm is horizontal. The right arm comes to in front of your shoulder. 4, move your weight forward and push out. The left arm is by your thigh and the right arm is pushing forward. The next one is handstrom loop. And again, it begins, you're in empty stance. Now you're in empty stance, heel touch, and you're in handstrom loop. So the left hand is a little bit higher, the right hand, tiger's mouth pointing at the left forearm center. Again, the 4 count. 1, you're going to rotate the right palm, the left starts lifting. 2, the arms circle to the side, you step out wider. 3, the left arm swings out and the right arm comes in front of the shoulder. 4, push forward. And the last one is the new movement we learned last week, which is we start from right brush knee. So you're in the right bow stance. Your right hand's by your right thigh, and the left arm is pushing out. So 1, you shift your weight back and rotate the right arm. So again, your right palm is now up. That's 1. 2, the arms swing down and out. 3, right arm to the shoulders, left arm goes out. 4, pushing forward. And so all 3 of those movements have this 4 count. And in fact, when we go from left brush knee to right brush knee and right brush knee to left brush knee, it's all the same. So what I want to do is let's just practice those things together and do them iteratively. So I'm just going to face you. And so let's say we're here. We've done, you can mirror me or not, it doesn't matter because these movements are, we're going to do them both sides. So 1, rotate the lower palm. 2, circle to the side. 3, the front arm goes to the forward direction and the arm to the side comes in front of your shoulder. 4, push out. Now we're going to do it to the other side. 1, rotate that lower palm. So the lower palm is now up and the upper hand has started to go up. Now it's going to continue, goes to the corner. That's 2. 3, brush with one arm, the other arm comes to the shoulder. 4, push out with the shoulder arm, and the forward arm comes back to the thigh. And we'll keep going. We'll go to the other side. 1, the front hand lifts, the lower hand turns, the arm rotates, palm up. 2, arms go to the side. 3, Side arm to the shoulder, front arm goes forward. 4. Pushing out, the arms change. The other side. 1. The lower palm rotates, the forward arm goes up a bit. 2. Swing to the side. 3. Brush the table, arm come to the shoulder. 4. Push out. So let us just do those 3 movements together. So I want to go back to what I introduced and apply what we've just practiced. So we're starting in wide crane. So we're in empty stance on the right leg with the left foot forward, ball touch, right arm up, left arm down. So 1, rotate the arm so that the right palm is facing up. 2, swing the arms out and step. 3, brush, the right palm comes in front of the shoulder. 4, push out or strike out. 2, the second one, handstrom loop. Again, we're in empty stance, 70% on the right leg. Now we've got a ball touch with the left leg. The arms are in a different position. But 1, the right arm rotates so that the palm goes up and the left hand starts moving up. 2, swing out to the side. 3, brush. 4, push. And then the last one is right. We're going to start in right brush knee. So we're in a right bow stance, right leg forward. Left arm is out in the strike or push position. Right arm is by our right knee. 1, shift weight back slightly and open the right toes. You're rotating the right arm so the palm is up. 2, swing the arms out to the side. 3, brush with the left arm, right arm in front of the shoulder. 4, push out. Okay. So that's the arm movements. Let's talk about footwork. There are a couple of things that I think I saw, but I definitely want to review. One is in handstrom loop, just to make clear how we go from the bow stance to the empty stance. So we start in a left bow stance. So feet are shoulder width apart, back foot is to 45 degrees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my back foot in so that it's center line 2 sides and shift my weight back. So the back foot, so you start in a bow stance, you bring the back foot in to center line 2 sides and shift your weight back. So that should be a straightforward fix for those of you who find that you're having difficulty with that. One of the things that I've noticed is, and this is very hard, I may well be doing this myself, so don't do what I say, don't do what I do what I say. It's very easy when we do this movement to bring the back foot in and cross our legs. Then if we cross our legs, we really don't have good balance. The other thing that happens if we cross our legs is we then have to adjust this front foot to the side to get it into a good empty stance, center line 2 sides. So be careful that when you bring in the back foot, you don't leave it hanging out there and you don't bring it in too much. I'm exaggerating, but you don't want to cross your legs. Okay, the next thing that I want to just focus on is in the brush knee sequence, which is the stepping, the footwork. So we'll do the footwork and then we'll add the arms. So let us begin. I'll do it in a couple of different directions so that you can see from different angles, but I'm going to start in a left bow stance. So my weight, so feet shoulder width apart, front leg to the straight direction, back leg to the corner. Shift my weight back slightly with a waist turn, open my left foot, toe to the corner. Make sure your crotch is rounded. Your hips are open enough so that the knees follow the toes off to the corner. Move your weight forward in the direction of the front foot. Don't move your weight in the straight direction. Move it in the diagonal direction. Step through. Heel, ball, toe, bend knee. Then to the other side, shift weight back slightly. Open the front toe. Make sure your groin is nice and open. Shift through the weight. Bring the back foot through. use your weight, your muscles in the right leg to push the left foot onto the floor and then to bend the left knee. And we'll do one more. Shift the weight back, open, reestablish weight. So as soon as you've opened your left toe or the front toe, put the weight back on it, keep moving weight onto it. Now 100%, step out, push with the back foot, flatten the foot, bend the knee, and end in a bow stance. Okay, so let's add the arms to that. I think we're pretty good on that. There's just one thing that I want to call out, which is the first movement that we do, we don't turn our chest to the side. So I will face you. So we're going to start in the left bow stance. 1, shift weight back slightly, lift the left arm. 2, with body turning, open the left knee. Your left arm is a nice bow shape, but your gaze, your nose is still pointed in the straight direction, and your fingertips and your hands are on either side of the center line. Now, 2, swing the arms, step out into a bow stance, heel touch, brush onto the shoulder, push forward. We'll do the other side. Shift weight back, the right arm comes up halfway, open the chest, reestablish the front foot, but you're still looking in the front direction. Arm swing, step out, brush, and push. One of the things I want to be clear about is when I say the direction that you're looking, I say, look to the back corner. What I really mean, so that people who are watching the form, sometimes I think some of the things we do are actually as much for the audience as they are for ourselves, so that they know you're looking to the back corner, is look with your nose. So don't just move your eyes around, turn your head in that direction. In the same way, you may recall when we were discussing single whip, and we say look in the straight direction. We don't mean keep your head over here and turn your eyes so your eyes are looking in the straight direction. Turn your nose. In the same way, when we're doing this sequence and we look to the back corner, turn your head gradually to the back corner and then turn it back to the front. Now, something that Rima raised last week, and I had a very good conversation with some of my senpais, so thank you to Rita and Judy for their help about this, is how one steps into a bow, steps wide enough for a bow stance. And this is a very good question, and I have a few exercises that I've learned that I want to share with you. It's quite difficult when we begin the practice to be able to step wide enough into a bow stance. And if you recall the first movement that we do when we do opening, we open and step straight forward into a bow stance. This is quite a challenging movement, and it's challenging because you need strength of the muscles on the outside of your hips, and you also need flexibility in your hips. And that will come over time. But let me show you a couple of exercises that you could do. So the one is, and this is a movement for those of you who've done more of the form, this is the movement we do in the second section in cloud hands. You don't need to do cloud hands. So start with your feet, shoulder width, more or less, and step wider. And bring the other foot in. So what you're doing now is you're practicing the muscle on the outside of your hips that are opening this leg. And take 2 steps back. And go back this way. And actually, what's interesting about this exercise is it doesn't feel like much when you do it twice, but if you do it 10 times, you'll start feeling it. And it's also, I find, quite nice to strengthen your knees in a gentle way. So that's the first exercise. The other exercise is to start with one leg, one foot pointing to the corner. And we're going to do an L step. So just step shoulder width to the side, and then step forward as far as it'll go. This is your bow stance. And then come back. Step sideways, shoulder width, and then step forward and come back. And over time, you can just step straight to that position and do it on the other side. So start with one foot to the corner, step sideways, shoulder width, and then forward, come back. Step sideways, step forward, and come back. One of the things, if you are able to do it, that I find is very helpful is these lines on the floor are as much for my benefit as for your benefit. When we do standing practice, for example, it really helps over time for your body to learn what a shoulder width stance feels like. And so just to remind you about what shoulder width means, it's the outside of the shoulders match the outside of the feet. So you can take a tape measure and measure the outside. What I do is I measure the center of my feet, which is where I put these little dots so that I know to line up the dots with the blue line. The shorthand is if you touch your pinky toe, your pinkies, and spread your fingers so that you'll see the thumbs are touching the middle of your shoulder. If you put them down over your feet and you touch your thumbs, your pinkies will be on your second toe, and that's a shoulder width stance. Or you can just measure it and put down some masking tape. Good, so that I find is a useful exercise. I'm going to introduce a new movement now, but before I do that, are there any questions? Okay, so the new movement is called Parry, block, and punch. You could actually say it should be called Parry, parry, block, and punch, because we do the parry twice. And let me show you the movement from a couple of different directions. And then I'll ask Susan to help me demonstrate the application meaning, and then we'll learn it. So we're starting in a left bow stance. And what we're going to do is we're going to start just as if we are going to right brush knee. So this is the same starting position. Then instead of the right hand going up, the right hand is going to deflect the opponent down, and I'm going to take a transition step. I'm going to deflect to the other side, step through, and this is the block with my left hand, keep shifting my weight forward and punch. And from this direction, what it looks like is we start in a left brush knee, shift weight back slightly, open the toe. This is as we do for the brush knees. But now both arms are going to swing down, deflect the first, transition step, deflect the second, step out, block, and punch. So let me go, Susan, and hopefully explain to you why we are doing those movements. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that Susan is going to punch at me, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deflect this punch. So this is deflecting. She can now punch me with the other arm, and so I deflect the other side, step through, block her with my left arm, I'll show you from the other side in a moment, and punch. So let's show it from the other side. So Susan's going to come in, and I'm going to deflect down. And in fact, if you remember when we were doing rollback in the form, it's the same rollback movement. She's punching, and I'm following her energy and deflecting it away. So that's the first one. Then she's going to punch with the other side, and I'm going to deflect and block. So she can't punch with the other arm because I'm holding the shoulder back, and then I can punch straight. So that's the movement of the arms. It's a deflect or a parry and another deflect, which we call parry. When we finish our ending posture, you'll see the left arm is curved in front of our body. So the left arm is like this. This actually is demonstrating another movement. You often get two for the price of one in the form. We actually show different kinds of applications. So another thing that I can do is if Susan's striking here, so I can deflect here, she can punch, I can deflect this way. The other thing that I can do, come a little bit this way, is I can actually deflect this way. So I'm actually deflecting across my body, and then I can punch. So the movement of the left arm at the end is showing this deflect as well as part of the movement. Thank you, Susan. Okay, so let us start with the footwork, and then we'll do the arm movements, and we'll also talk about the punch, this is the first time that we've done a punch in the movement. So let us start with the footwork. We're in the left bow stance. Left foot forward, bow stance. We're actually going to take 2 steps to get to the final position. So we're going to shift our weight back, open the left toe, take a transition step. It's going to be center line 2 sides. My right toe is going to be to the corner. Shift my weight, remember, keep your crotch rounded, move your weight in the direction of the right foot, and now step wider into a bow stance. So that is the transition step. When we do transition steps, we step center line 2 sides, and the center line is in the direction we're moving. One of the questions that you might immediately answer is like, well, what happens if I don't do a center line 2 side? Why do I do it? What's the reason? So let me just show you the reason. So if I start here and I'm going to do a transition step, and I step into a bow stance, you'll see I'm actually waddling from side to side. I'm not following the shortest direction to my opponent. I'm going sideways and I'm not keeping my center balanced. So the reason for stepping center line 2 sides is to go directly to the opponent and to keep our center of gravity moving in as close as we can to a straight line. So let's practice that step together a few times. So we'll start in an empty start. We start in a bow stance, left foot forward. Shift weight back slightly, open the left toe to the corner, move the weight onto the left foot, keep the crotch rounded. Transition step, right toe to the corner. Shift the weight through, crotch rounded, move the knee in the direction of the right foot. Now step wider into a bow stance, keep moving your weight forward, heel ball, toe bend, knee. And again. I'll do it in slightly different directions, but whatever direction works for you. Shift your weight back slightly, open the front toe. Step through transition steps, center line 2 sides, open the right toe to the corner. Move the weight onto the right foot, but move in the direction that the right foot is pointing. Now step into a bow stance with the left foot, foot to the front. And there we go. We'll do it this way. Start in a left bow stance, shift weight back, open the left foot. Shift through transition steps, center line 2 sides, right foot to the corner, keep moving. Now step left foot shoulder width apart into a bow stance, move to flatten the foot and then bend the knee. One more time. Shift weight back slightly, open the front foot to the corner. Step through, center line 2 sides, right foot to the corner. Shift your weight onto the right foot. Step, shoulder width apart, heel ball toe, bend knee. So that's the footwork for this. To help us learn the arm movements, for the beginning of the arm movements, I'm just going to concentrate on the right arm because the left arm is pretty much, for the beginner, it's pretty much doing what it does in brush, knee, and push as well. So let us begin in our left brush knee ending position. Left foot forward, right arm out, left hand by the left thigh. Shift weight up. I'm thinking I should do it this way. Shift weight back, lift the left arm partly, turn the left toe out, arms to the ward-off position in front. So this is so far, this is the same that we've done before. Now, forget about the left arm. The right arm circles down, and when you get to your transition step, the left arm is out to the side. It comes back to the front as you shift your weight forward, comes to the hip as the heel touches, and punches out. Again. So we're starting in left brush knee, left foot forward, shift back weight, open the left toe, arms in rollback position. Now pull down with the left arm, transition step. Second one, as the left heel starts lifting. Third, step out, right hand by the right hip, and punch. So what I want to practice with you is just what this arm movement is. So what we're going to do is we're starting with down, parry, and then parry. Parry, parry. So imagine for now you're painting a horizontal 8. And as you parry down, the energy point is the bottom of the forearm. So Susan's arm is here and I'm moving with it. It's out of the way. When I can't get my hand any further, I'm going to turn and come back. Now I'm parrying with the outside of my forearm to the other side. Parry down, parry down. Parry with the inside of the forearm, parry with the outside of the forearm. Inside, outside. Now, as you keep doing that, I want you to start turning at the waist that you're following your arm movement. So as you come down to the right, you turn your chest to the right. As you go to the left, turn to the left. So this is actually a horizontal waist movement. And release. So we're going to have a similar movement next week. We haven't actually been doing our waist exercises for a few weeks. So next week, hopefully we'll have a little bit of time to go back and revisit our waist movements to actually see how the waist movements, remember when we were sitting in the chair and doing these exercises, how they connect with this movement. So what I want to do next is, so we've done this parry down with the right arm, parry down the other way with the right arm. Now the right, you finish, it comes back down to the side of your hip by the fleshy, where you bend your leg is roughly where it ends up. And now from here, you're going to punch out. And so from the side, what it would look like is parry, parry, comes down to the hip. When it's sitting by the hip, your palm is up. You've got a fist. Then you're going to strike out horizontally with your fist. What I've omitted to say so far is, how do you make a fist? So it's pretty straightforward. Start with your palm, roll up your fingertips, and put your thumb across the second joint of your fingers. So start with the fingers like this, roll them up, and then the thumb goes across. The energy point is the front of the fist. So it's here. When we strike from our hip up, you'll see that when I begin, my palm is up, and when I finish, my palm is vertical. So from here, my palm faces up. From here, my palm is vertical. So what I'd like you to do as you do this is smoothly rotate your arm all the way so that the rotation from palm facing up to palm facing to the side happens smoothly from this position to this position. Next question, how did we get into a fist? Hey, Pierre, you've been holding your fist like that. How do we get into the fist? So let's talk about that. So we're in left brush knee. We do one, which is the same as doing the right brush knee. The first parry down, I'm not making a fist. I'm just parrying down. And as my arm comes down, I'm making a fist. When my palm is here at the side of my left side, I've made a fist. The fist then is held all the way through to the end of the movement. So let's do that together. Again, we're just focusing on the right hand. Shift back the weight, circle. Now, deflect down with the left and make a fist. Step. When your arm is down, you're making your transition step, your heel has touched the ground. Then you're making the second deflect, move your weight forward onto the right leg, your left heel has started lifting. As the fist comes to the hips, step out, heel touch, shift your weight forward by pushing with the back leg, punch. Helps to start a bit further back, doesn't it? Okay, so left brush knee, left foot forward, right arm out, shift weight back slightly, close the arms. Now, pull down, deflect down with the right arm. When the arm comes to the side, heel touch. Shift forward weight as the arm comes to the second deflect. Lift your left heel. As the right arm comes to the hip, step out, heel touch with the left foot. As you push out, use your weight to flatten the foot and bend the knee. Okay. Now, we should talk about the other arm. Let's talk about the other arm, which is the left arm. I'll do it in this direction first. Shift back weight, close the arms. Still looking, your nose is in the front direction. Both arms are going to circle down. And when you're in this transition step, the left arm is pointing to the back left corner of the room, just as it is in brush knee. As I shift forward my weight and come into the second parry, the left arm is opposite my right forearm. As I strike out, the left arm goes forward, which you really can't see very well. We'll do another angle, and then it comes in. What I want you to look at here from the front is the ending posture. You can see this fist, my left arm is about fist width away from the right. My palm is inclined slightly, and it's opposite the forearm center. So this is the final position of the arms. Okay, let's do it from this direction. Left brush knee, so left foot forward, right arm is striking or pushing out. One, shift weight back slightly, lift the left arm, rotate. Now both arms swing down, transition step, heel touch, left arm to the back corner, the right arm is nice and rounded in front of your solar plexus. Now move forward the weight. This is your second parry. The left hand is opposite the right forearm center. As the right arm comes back, the left arm blocks out. So here's where I'm blocking Susan's shoulder, that she can't come forward. Now I'm going to shift my weight into her and strike. Do it from the other side. Shift weight back. Ward-off shape with the arms. Both arms circle down. Transition step, heel touch, looking to the back left corner. Shift weight forward. Second parry. Left hand opposite right forearm center. Step through bow stance width. Heel touch. Right fist by the right hip. Left arm out. Push forward your weight. Bend into your left palm and strike. Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. So let us practice that a few times. And in fact, I'm just going to go through what we've just learned in the sequence. Again, we'll just do the footwork, we'll just do the arm movements, and then we'll put them together again so that you can see how these things go together. So the footwork, just the footwork, all the footwork and nothing but the footwork. Starting in a left bow stance, shift weight back slightly, open the left toe. Bring the right foot through, heel touch, center line to sides, right toe to the right corner. Shift your weight forward onto the right foot in the direction of the right toes. Step out, shoulder width apart, using the back leg to bend the weight forward. And again. Left bow stance, shift weight back slightly, open the left toe, make sure your crotch is nice and rounded, knees and toes in a line. Move your weight in the direction of the left toe, center line to side, right toe to the corner. Move your weight in the direction of the right toe. Step out, shoulder width apart, heel ball, toe, bend knee. Okay, so that's the footwork. Now let's think about the arm movements again. So let's do that figure eight. So now we're going to start with the palm open. So down, make a fist, second one, down, to the hip, strike out. Down, make a fist, second one across, down to the hip, strike out. Down, make a fist, second one across to the hip, strike out. And now we'll add all of that stuff together. Starting in left bow stance. Left brush knee, ending position, left leg forward, right arm pushing out. Shift weight back slightly, lift the left arm. Open the left toe with body turning, close into your rounded left arm. Now both arms swing down. First parry, when the heel touches, both arms to the side. When the arms, for the second parry, weight on the right foot, lifting the left heel. Step out and punch. Remember I said this was a 5 count, so let me start adding the counts so that when you practice, perhaps the counts, for some of us, counting helps. So, left bow stance, right arm forward. 1, shift back weight, close the left arm. 2, circle down, step out, center line to sides, look to the back left corner. 3, block for parry forward, shift the weight onto the right foot, left arm opposite left forearm, right forearm. 4, step out, shoulder width, block with the left hand, right hand by the right hip. 5, punch. Again. At the end of left brush knee. Shift weight back. 1. 2, both arms circle down, make a fist, transition step, arms to the back corner. 3, second parry to the front, weight on the right leg. 4, step out, heel touch, shoulder width with the left. 5, punch. Again. We're in left brush knee, left leg forward, right arm out. 1, shift back, circle it round the arms. 2, pull down, deflect down, transition step, arms to the side. 3, second deflect. 4, step out. 5, punch. Okay. Are there any questions? So what we're going to do as Tessie, you have a question?
Yes. The last step, the left foot supposed to be in front of your right foot. So you end up with a left. What do you call that?
Bow stance.
Bow stance. Yeah. Okay. You end with left bow stance. Okay. You punch and okay.
Yes.
All right.
So,
yeah.
So actually what you're doing is you're going from a left bow stance, transition step, left bow stance. So you start and end in a left bow stance. So let us do the sequence that you practiced with Marion, and we'll just add to that what we've just learned. So we're in handstrom lute, and we're going to do the brush knee sequence, and then parry, block, and punch. So we're in handstrom lute ending posture. You're in an empty stance with the left leg forward, heel touch, weight 70% on the right. Left brush knee, 1, rotate the arms. 2, step out, arms to the back. 3, brush the table. 4, push forward. Right brush knee, shift weight back slightly and turn the waist. 2, arms to the side, heel touch. 3, flatten the foot. 4, push out. Left brush knee, shift back weight, open to the side. 3, 4, brush and push. Handstrom lute, yield forward the weight, bring the back foot in. Push back with the ball, pull back with the right arm, heel touch, left arm up, right arm down. Left brush knee, 1, rotate the arms. 2, to the side, step out. 3, brush, right arm to the shoulder. 4, strike out. Step forward, parry, block, and punch. Shift back, weight, open. That's 1. 2, both arms swing down. Transition step, arms to the back. 3, block forward, left heel lifts. 4, block out with the left arm, right to the hips. 5, punch out. And release. So that is our practice. 同学们，再见。
老师再见。